This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Well, hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobila. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Frank, this is not an overly long opening hole at 418 yards. What's the best play?
Something down the left, using that slope of the fairway to kick it to the right, and just try and avoid that bunker. Either go past or short of it. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with the rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. And setting up here in the rough. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. And getting ready for the putt. That's a painful miss right there. This is an 11-foot putt. -1 in the early going. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. has his par. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3 downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
This one looks right on point. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. She's that awkward length.
Yeah, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So in the red figures at 1 under. Still playing even for the day after the par. Has this to save par. One under for the round. This is a strong par 4, 452 yards, the third hole. It's a good challenge, Frank.
It is big sweeping dogleg left. Actually in a straight line, it's 315, 320 yards to run out. So if you hit the ball further than that, it's going to have to draw. Otherwise, you'll be hitting in the rough on the other side. Still a lengthy shot under there on a green that actually has 3 different levels. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
That was a little over-ambitious.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. See a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
This won't hurt him. Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location on the approach of the third?
Second shot plays a little bit uphill, plus that general slope from left to right.
Down, little Sheba, down! Frankie has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know, the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's disappointing. That's a drop shot at number 3. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron. Others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club, but really the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Martin Kaymer for birdie. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, this is where you want to step away from the controller for just a second.
Yeah, good. Mr. Good just met Mr. Bad.
Just a couple of feet. Just a tap in to finish the hole. One under early in the round. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Just a shade over par, +1. Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the 4th at Quail Hollow. A difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway, and another green that has 3 different levels.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brittle out there.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. Seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Second shot now at the fourth. Bunkers guarding the front corners of this green. Good looking shot right here. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Settles in over the putt. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
No, just eat that up.
Jonas Blixt for par. So, 2 over par for the round. Clean this up with a tap. That's a bogey. Here we are at the par 5 fifth. It's 570 yards. Frank, this should be reachable for most players, don't you think?
Yeah, if you hit a good tee shot, especially with the draw, it will be. But the hardest part of this is judging that kick on the fairway that kicks the ball to the right. And it sort of turns at that awkward area at where the top of your tee shot range. That's where that dog leg is.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
And it is not looking like a good lie. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. That was a pretty nasty lie out of the rough. He did the right thing there, Frank. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Settles in over the bunker shot. This his fourth. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. This is a par try for Jonas Blixt. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2 from about 8 feet. Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. So they'll tap in. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Wow, Frank, this is all you want in a par 3. 250 yards here at the 6th.
Hey, that's what these guys need, especially in a PGA championship. Fortunately, the hole plays a little bit downhill, but 250, whichever way you cut it, is a big par 3.
Headed for the bunker? Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This is a par attempt for Kaymer. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
This is an 11-foot putt. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. And with that, 1 under par. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5/7.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on, do you go for this par 5 and 2? It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting. That's fine.
Frank, not surprisingly, Rory McIlroy owns the event record here, 21 under par. That came in 2015. He won by a touchdown by 7 shots. And then we all remember what he did here in 2010.
Yeah, remember the runner-up, which was Patrick Rogers. He shot 14 under, and that's won just about every other championship at this event. So it shows you the magnitude of Rory's victory. An artist needs a canvas, a golfer needs a golf course. For Rory McIlroy, Quail Hollow was the perfect landscape to show his skills.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel.
So dropped the shot after ending up with the water on that recent miscue. So the previous shot into the drink, this now the 4th shot. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet.
You know, the way that came out, really lucky to be on the fringe.
He'll still have a good chance to come out of here with a decent score. Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
So, in the water, now in position, playing his 6th shot.
Just got to act like it didn't happen.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
So he's playing his 8th shot. Frank, how do you keep it together?
It's hard to imagine. He's just completely lost his mind at the moment.
Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
Frank, any way to keep this round together? This already the 10th shot after having hit it in the water.
No is the easy answer. This is just inexplicable what's happened out here. Just a series of mistakes, one after the other.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron, others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's 2 schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club, but really the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot.
Blixt has been all over the place on this hole. This for double bogey. Get in. Yes, good putt. Settles in over the putt. So just a formality here. So 2 over par for the round. Frank, in modern professional golf, we're seeing more and more drivable par fours, like the 8th here at Quail Hollow, 350 yards. What do you think of this hole?
It's not a bad hole. Drivable, some might say, but the angle of the green means it's hard for that tee shot to keep on the green. But I think the reward for hitting a driver is try and sort of aim at that tree just left of the green. And the reason why is then you've got to pitch up the direction of the green. This is a really narrow green. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. I've seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again. Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back. He didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. On the way. Oh, what a beautiful roll right there, dead center. Here's a birdie putt now for the 2014 U.S. Open champion, Martin Kaymer. Bang! Has it. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Did the job right there. Frank, this is a really good way to finish out the front side here at Quail Hollow. 495-yard par 4.
Yeah, it's the longest par 4 at Quail Hollow. Some say it might be the toughest. I'm not quite in that camp. And the reason why, that green slopes in from both sides, the left and the right. But you can see why good drivers have done well here, because there's a big reward for thumping a big, long, straight drive down here.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball.
Common thread here, rough, rough, rough.
Wrong way again. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with a rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
He'll need to be strong with this. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. This will require a good strike of the golf ball. It's a pretty long shot into this par 4 ninth. Pretty good shot right there.
The lie pretty much dictated the result. Thick rough, tough to get that all the way to the green.
Trying to muscle it out of there, but you had to be Schwarzenegger to get that one done. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss and a drop shot here at the ninth. This to drop one shot, Blixt for bogey. So the featured player losing a shot, the question becomes, Frank, have they lost their way?
Yeah, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Henrik now to only lose one shot. Clean this up with a tap. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here we are on the back nine now at Quail Hollow, and a good scoring opportunity to kick off the inward nine.
It is, Rich. It's sort of reminiscent of the 10th hole at Valhalla. Remember the challenge, or should I say the charge, that Rory McIlroy started that in that very hole when he made eagle. It's the same opportunity here. Reachable par 5, just under 600 yards, but you really could get off to a great start.
That's in the fairway. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Headed for the bunker? That one is in the bunker. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Going with a lob wedge here.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one. Remember, out of the rough, expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Third shot, Martin Kaymer. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope.
You know, the way that came out, really lucky to be on the fringe.
Yeah, he'll still have a good chance to come out of here with a decent score. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
Kaymer trying to run another one in. This is for birdie. Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the greens, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. Has taken it to another level.
And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can he do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose, but be prepared to pay the price should it not come off.
Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Might be. Could be. Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. See if Blixt can make a birdie here. So a tester from 4 feet. All right, hanging in. That's a par and 4 over. This for him would be 1 drop shot. So 2 over par for the round. Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus its yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Going to have grass stains on the shoes come the end. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Frank, we always say about Quail Hollow, you have to play with a clear head. You have to be thinking your way around this golf course. So what's the right thought process on this second shot?
Keep the ball in the right section. That front portion there, you can't afford to go long when the flag's there. Conversely, when the flag's in the back, you can't afford to be putting up and over that ridge. So you've got to be flying that ball all the way back there. Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Headed for the bunker, I think. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Boy, this is a challenging second shot here to the par 4 12.
It's almost like two greens, Rich. That ridge that goes through the middle about the halfway point, 18 to 20 yards. Anything over that will kick on, and anything short of that runs back to the front.
And setting up here in the rough. Frankie has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
Yeah, a little bit of magic from here. Yeah, it's hole's not over.
That's a head scratcher, no other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Just a sensational putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Then a rocky round. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This one measures out to 24 feet. Wow, I thought he made that. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That is a cross-country putt right there.
Up and over the ridge. That's a seagoer. Really. This is an awkward length.
He has this for par. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. So with that, 3 over par now for the round. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with a driver, nothing in between.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Settles in over the putt. How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. That's cruel, that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
Kaymer trying to put that free-flowing putting stroke to good use. Has this for birdie. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Three over for the day. Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second nine. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
He'll need to be strong with this. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
Needs a GPS to find this one.
Yeah, see that thing down the end waving, the flag? This is nowhere near that.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Yeah, well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down. Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play.
That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. He's already at a handful. This is 5th shot. Getting set now over the putt. Do that, Frank. What a putt.
I don't go that far on a holiday. It's no snack, though.
Stenson with a birdie opportunity. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, how about this approach shot to the 16th, the beginning of the Green Mile?
There is no other option but the aerial attack here at 16. Front bunker means it has to be carried. The one on the right really isn't in play. But that little hollow in that left front of the green, you've got to fly the ball at least 7 or 8 yards onto this putting surface. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Headed for the bunker? Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Second shot now to the daunting par 4 16th hole. Frank, this is all you want.
Yeah, and if you want to take the safe route, then obviously that's down the right side. That's the quickest way to get to the putting surface, and also it's the flattest side. When they start sticking the flag on the left, though, be prepared to pay the price. Short, difficult chip. Long, the ball's going to bounce over the back.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. So Frank, just from the fringe, what's the best way to hit this shot?
The best players with chip. This is going to be risky, though. I don't know if he's got the skill.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
This is a bogey putt for Jonas Blixt. Just a beautiful roll there.
Oh, that's like stealing.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Stenson for his par.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Frank, do you buy the old adage, drive for show, putt for dough?
Oh, putting's the great equalizer, Rich.
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Going to have grass stains on the shoes come the end.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
And this is looking really good. Wouldn't say he's ecstatic, but not unhappy either.
At 24 feet, there'll be a lot of players much further away than that on this hole.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
A good 20-footer here. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
He has this attempt for par. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you get the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it'll be.
Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. I've seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Blixt now ready for his third shot. He'll need to be strong with this. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Martin Kaymer eyeing this one for par. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 15th hole has really shaken his confidence. Just a little tap in here. In for a bogey. This putt for par. Well, you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. So as we finish up here today, Frank, he has not had the best round, but I suppose that's golf, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. This golf course can drive many a man crazy. But the beauty of this game, you get up, dust yourself off,